Hello, Mr. Spider! Oh, I'm so sorry, did I repel you? Did I repel you with my magic ring of magic repel? I mean, technically that saved your life, because I was coming to kill you. Howdy, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome to episode 20 of our Tekkit Let's Play Adventure of awesomeness and fun times to be had here in the wonderful world of Tekkit. And today, we're going to start work on our massive automation facility, which is going to be huge and maybe go into the ocean a little bit? Haven't really decided how big I'm gonna make this thing. What I have decided is, I couldn't get the replay mod to work last time, and a part of me thought, you know what, that's okay, I'll get it this time. And then another part of me thought, no, I won't. I'll give up. And that'll be easier. So, what I'm gonna be doing instead, very similar to when we built the house, is I will be just kind of cutting in occasionally and showing you what I'm working on. But I'm actually going to start digging. I'm going to start cutting some things down. I'm going to start laying down foundations. And what I basically want to do is we're going to go off of here, and I'm not sure what happened there, but we're going to go off in this direction, and then we're going to go off that way, pretty good ways, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to come back here, and then we're going to bring it in to right here. And it's all going to fit nicely into this pre-existing sort of walkway, and it's all going to connect up and look nice and be just big. And then if you're wondering, well, geez, Rees, I mean, the real question here is, how exactly do you plan on wait, what is wrong? Wait, what is happening right now? I'm looking at the... Does it all look weird and fuzzy to you? VSync is on, and I don't see any weird settings turned on. Oh, geez, I don't know about this. I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure everything is okay. All right, I'm looking specifically at the preview window, and everything looks oddly like anytime I move, like there's a motion blur attached. And of course, there's going to be a bit of a delay because that's how the capture works. I'm just saying it looks. I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. In terms of getting inside of that facility, we will have a teleporter, but also what I thought could be fun is, I mean, all of this is going to have to be moved, but what if we hollowed out the wall here, and we had a walkway that direction, and then also we do the same over here, we'll have a hallway going that way, and it'll be going through the walls, and again, that doesn't mean that this will all have to be moved. That's okay, we can literally shift all of this over, you know, and now that we have the technology, we can hide the cables in the walls and then in the floor, and we'll never have to look at it again. And in fact, I think we have that stuff with us on our person right now, or maybe we don't because I don't actually know where it is, but that's okay because I need to put the mining laser away anyway. It's kind of annoying to be carrying around with me. And might as well go ahead and make sure I've got all my tools and armor topped off before we begin this endeavor. Folks, I hope you're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. I am now going to pause the recording, which is a cool feature in OBS that I have had trouble with in the past. Some of you may remember there have been times where I've paused and forgotten to unpause, and then things get missed, but we're gonna be keeping a close eye on it today, alright? Okay, alright, cool. Let me actually try to climb the ladder. The stairs, even. Words are hard sometimes. I'm gonna need a whole lot of marble. Oh, and of course, we're gonna need our handy-dandy Mercurial Eye and probably our Destruction Catalyst as well. Need them both. Have we possibly gone too far? Is this gonna be too big? Because remember, it's going to also go that way for a while. It's going to very definitely be in the ocean at this point. The thing is, I feel like if we don't claim this land, someone else will. So maybe we've not gone far enough even. Alright, so I've kind of done a bit of a mock-up here of what it's gonna look like. And so I'm not sure how I managed it, but this is completely different than this, is completely different than that and that. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to more so model these crossways more like that one, because that one looks a bit more tidy. This looks like a spoke of a very weird wheel. Actually, it kind of looks like it's a laser beam. You kind of see the base of it, and then it's like firing off. No, you're right, It looks silly. Let's see if we can make it look like that one. I like that I said that like it was going to be difficult, but then, yeah, that's it. That's all I had to do. Okay, that looks fantastic. And it makes much more sense, because at no point are you ever going to be... And I mean, look, we got this one here. At no point when you're walking are you ever going to need to walk up here and then turn. When you've got these lovely gradients, you're either going to go straight or you're going to like lean into this direction. So really, yeah, this should be taken down and just replaced with marble. It looks a lot cleaner and nicer. And then maybe actually we'll put lights down here. So remember, a lot of these are built out of reinforced frame blocks that are supposed to have glowstone in them, but then for whatever reason the glowstone glitched out and stopped working, and they don't light up the way they're supposed to anymore. So we need to really come up with a different alternative method to lighting all of this. But there we go. And then it goes down there, and now I gotta figure out how far that way I'm gonna go. And we might be kind of limited here, because if we want to go straight off in this direction, we're going to eventually start eating into the river, and the river's already quite small. So I don't know if we really want to have a solid like wall of marble effectively cutting off with that much of the river. Again, I'm not really sure what's going on. That's a big old building with these folks, or kind of what their intentions are. I don't know if they need the river or not, and I don't want to start a war. I guess what I could do is have it come this far a ways, maybe to right here, and then it can curve back in, and then maybe if we want to later, we can have another wing of it going out in that direction. That could work. These witches are like poisoning themselves because they're throwing potions at me, but I have my ring on, so they're just getting repelled. Reminds me of those two witches that were under my house that one time in the secret tunnel. Did we ever figure out what that was all about? Why were there witches under my house? That was weird. Wonder if this is them again. They're just gonna keep trying to kill me, I guess. I'm gonna ignore them and continue on with my quest here, which is to continue framing this thing out, so that we can then use the mercurial eye to sort of fill it all in. Look at them back there. They're still trying, bless them. I'm being pursued by a horde of angry spiders and zombies. This is getting a bit ridiculous. With that, though, I think we've just about got it framed. Yeah, look at that! It's massive! It's humongous! I remember when I started building the house way back in the early aughts of the series. I can't even remember, was that like episode 6 or 7? And I remember building it and thinking, oh man, this is way too big. I've bitten off far more than I can chew. Because we didn't have the ability to fly around back then. And we didn't have the mercurial eye. So all of this felt just massive to manufacture. And then of course we had the mercurial eye for this, otherwise this would have never gotten done. My goodness, can you imagine placing all these blocks one at a time? Would have never ever done it. Would have been way too hard a project. Now look what we're doing. This is easily, by itself, do we think double, triple, quadruple? Hold on, from the map, if I press, yeah, there we go. You could fit all of this into here, I would say, twice comfortably, and 3 if you were willing to kind of squish it and move it around. This is good, this is good. We don't have quite the same land area claimed as Andesite Island, but this is taking us from the lowest amount of land, because currently, the way that I've been looking at it is, of course, you've got Andesite Island, which is an entire island full of beings we've not met yet, and then you... What is this? What is this? Okay, I had no idea what that is. It's very bright, though. Not a concern. You have Andesite Island, and then you have the volcano region, which I don't... Do we include both volcanoes? Because there's a weird portal on top of this one, too. And then that makes my little territory the smallest. But now, we're going to be rivaling Andesite Island in terms of total land area, which is good. If it comes down to a war, we'll still lose, because it's just me against an army of pigmen and whoever is building this. But at least I'll have plenty of space to hide, which will be fun. Okay. Time to fill it all in. This is getting a little bit annoying with all the noise, the racket, but this This is an objectively better way to build a wall. So I have to go in and I have to kind of patch it up as we go, because it's not the same height all the way across. But now, should be able to very quickly start zooming forward. And it really is only when we have sort of a change in elevation, like right here, that I have to hop down and then correct it. And then I'm also going to take the time to correct this as well, because I don't like the look of... I mean, sure, yes, if you want to get technical, the mountain is built on a foundation of dirt, but I'd like it to not look like that, because that just looks terrible. This is loud and annoying, though, and I'm getting tired of all the racket. Things are going well. Things are going well. We're not quite halfway there. Well, actually, yeah. I guess we are. We take into consideration there's a little bit of a bend there. We're doing pretty decently right now. You know, it sucks that every so often you kind of have to slow down to go around and make sure that, you know, because you can't really see the ground as you go. You got to make sure that you haven't hit a bump, like right there, and then that's happened. Sometimes you can get out ahead of it preemptively, you know? Like, I can tell that that's going to be a problem here, and then here, and here, and here. You kind of get out ahead of it a bit, and then you'll know, like, okay, well, we're good for up until there. It's going well. One of the things that I have found that helps a lot when you get to these corners is if you just sort of frame up the top here, what you can do is you can then use the mercurial eye, assuming you get it properly and you don't do that, but you can then use the mercurial eye going downwards. And the goal here, when I unpaused the video, was that I would just be able to show you that. But then I kept running out of things. And here we go. So you just bring that all the way down. And once you've got it making contact with the ground, you might have to go around and tidy up a bit. You know, you're going to have spots like this here, where the wall doesn't quite reach the ground and it looks silly. But then you can just patch that up real quick. You know, gonna have to do the same down here where it's touching the water, because that's just a recipe for disaster. The water's gonna erode that dirt, and then the wall's not gonna be sitting on anything, and it's gonna start bowing right here. It's gonna be a disaster. Go inside, everything looks good, and then from there, you just carry on. Man, if this thing just happened to run out right now, I would be in such a precarious predicament. I would be... Precarious is probably not even the right word in this situation. I would surely just die. Because, in case you can't tell, from the cacophonous noise rising up around me, I am surrounded on all sides by just an army of very angry undead, and all I'm trying to do is come down here and sort of preemptively prepare the ground, right, for this next stage of the wall, so that I won't have to come back later and tidy it up. And I'm telling you, they're just not happy that I'm here, and I don't blame them, because they've had run of this beach for time out of mind, and I'm just coming in here and I'm about to do away with it. Alright, if I did it all correctly, then... Oh shoot, I forgot about the middle. Right. Well, now, if I've done it all correctly, we should be good to go till the very edge. And... yeah, looks good. Looks good. Looks like I've gotten most of them sort of outside of the wall here. There's a few on the inside. But now we should be good to go all the way up till the edge of the sand. And now I'm going to have to get back down there. I mean, you can see why this is all kind of fiddly. Okay, so I'm going to do things a little bit differently here on this corner, because this is going to be the deepest point. What I think I'll go ahead and do is kind of frame it out, and I'll show you what I mean kind of as I do it, but I'll frame it out, and then we'll go all the way down to the bottom of the ocean. And then what I can do is I can just go off of that and towards the finished sections of wall and have them meet back up. And I know that that might not make a whole lot of sense, because I don't know if I said it in the best way possible. And man, words can be a challenge. But more or less what I mean is I'm going to do this here. So I've got the sides and everything all ready to go. And then we'll take our mercurial eye and we're going to go down, and we're going to go into the ocean, and we're going to go all the way down to the depths, to the point where we're just about drowning ourselves. Should have stayed under there, though, is what I should have done, because I was in the perfect place to go ahead and hit the last one. There we go. And then with that, we're really going to have to fly up and get a breath, and then I'm gonna have to fix what I just did there, because that don't look right. No one's ever gonna see that. That's the thing, right? No one's ever going to see what it looks like down below, but I'm gonna know that it's wrong. So there we go. Oh gosh, you're all still alive. Love to see that. Now it's just a matter of coming sideways, and I don't know if that's gonna go all the way down to the ocean floor. It doesn't look like it is, but I can come back in and patch it here in a minute. The surface is what we're worried about. But I should be able to just bring this all the way in now and have it meet up. Can you imagine doing this by hand? I mean, I guess I am still technically doing it by hand, but, you know, placing each and every individual block? My goodness. So there we go. We do have this issue right here, but this will be a pretty simple fix. Just do this. Perfect. I am going to go back through and manually patch those sections there. I don't like that it looks like it's sitting on sand. I'll have to do the same on the inside, but the thing with the inside is that it's going to be a little bit different because it's all going to be leveled out to the same height once all is said and done. Okay, so really just right-click once to fill all that in. Fill in the gaps. Gonna have to go up for a breath. We really should have a solution for breathing underwater at this point. It's crazy that we're this far into the game and we still don't have a solution for that. It can't be difficult. I mean, potions, probably. I'm sure one of the sets of armor gives you underwater breathing. I don't know which set. There's so many different sets that we've just not moved on to yet. We've been on the nano armor for so long now, because it's just been prohibitively difficult to construct the quantum armor. And then we've just decided not to use red matter, although I have been seeing in the comments some support for just doing it, as the kids say, and just using the red matter. But I don't know about that. That feels like maybe progressing a bit too far too quickly. You know, we definitely don't want to take the series too fast. I mean, sure, we went to the moon in the first, 11 episodes, but still. But with that, that is all taken care of. This side is looking good. Leave no sand floating. This is an incredible wall that we've constructed. Oh, man. Look at this. This is great. I wonder if I get lower... Yeah, this should actually do the ground, and then we'll do that one up above here in a second, because it's easier to do things above the ground. I'd rather just get all the oceanic stuff kind of out of the way here. And with that, we are out of the water. Now, might have to go down there and tidy up some of the edges. It's worth it. It's worth it to me to know that it looks good even when we're not down there looking at it. And then we're not going to worry about over here because all this is going to get changed anyway. But now we've got to come up here because this thing has a limited reach. We have to come up here and bring this along to the edge. There we go. And it should now be a matter of just right-clicking until we hit something with our backs. It should happen any second now. Oh gosh! Oh, mistakes have been made. Okay, well... Oh, there it is, everyone. It's completed. Aside from, I'm sure, some tidying up that needs to be done on the outside here. It's the middle of the night. It's the middle of a thunderstorm. I'm surrounded by the undead, and they are very angry that I am alive. But I think if we head inside now, and we take a bit of a nap... What is this? How did this happen on my watch? Hold on, I'll patch this real quick. Watch. Lovely. Love to see that. Get me some sand. And... oh, jeez. I was hoping within that run of talking... Gee, now I'm out of marble? Nothing's working out the way I wanted it to. My plan was to just back off and then immediately zoom inside, take a nap, and come out to see the wall. But let's head inside now. The wall is covered in arrows. That's great. Okay. Sun's coming up. Storm is clearing. The dead should be dead again, as they should be. And the wall is finished. Look at this place. This is fantastic. It's big. It's beautiful. It's solid. It could use some windows, you know? That's something to consider for the future, maybe. Maybe we'll come back and add some windows. Now, what about all of this over here? What about this little section? I thought about that. As I was working on the wall, I realized we could just about more than double the interior working space if we had that wall kind of cut in at an angle across here, and then just take up all this. But what I'm thinking about actually doing is having this be like a little nature preserve. I want to get into custom wood fabrication, and breeding trees is the correct term for that. Custom wood fabrication. What am I saying? But I thought this would be a good little nature preserve sort of area for that. So we might wall it off. We might do a wall in the ocean and have it go all the way around and kind of section all of this off. And just have this be where we try to breed trees. I've not really looked into how to do that, but I noticed that if we fly over here to Andesite Island, which doesn't look like anything's happened to it in a while. We flew over here once before, I think in a mini-episode. Opening soon. Fernie's trading imp or bring money. That hasn't opened yet. And we also have this back here, which is Gray's Mine, private property, do not enter. We still can't enter it. There's no way to get that door open. There's a Bramble's Finest Farm. Who is Bramble? What is Bramble? But the point of all of this was to say, if we fly up here, we have more purple heart wood needed, which suggests to me that if we can find a way to make purple heart wood, possibly whoever lives here will buy it from us, or come out of hiding, or talk to me about what all these weird constructs they've got all over the place are all about. You know, what's going on with this tent? I have claimed this fishing spot. Leave it be Baz. Who is Baz? Baz's balsa do not touch. See, I want to get some balsa wood. Is that what this is? This is a reinforced frame fence, but is that balsa inside of it? It doesn't say. It looks like this. I want to do this. Look at that wall now. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. That is just a big, beautiful, fantastic wall. There's this whole other little island over here, and I don't know what its story is. It's a tiny little thing, though. I'll tell you that. I don't think we're going to be doing much of anything with this. I can't imagine what we would do with it. Maybe set up a little fort. What is that? Is that what this is? Oh. Well, that's someone else's problem, not mine, because we're not going over there. There's literally a whole section of ocean and an island between us. I'm over here in my own little walled-off safe garden. Out of sight. Literally out of sight and out of mind. We're not going to worry about it. It's all fine. What is the level of the floor back here? So first off, what happened to my mini-map? I think I turned it off so it wouldn't be taking up space. How do I get it back? There's a button for that. Is it N? N does waypoints. Is it B? Is it... It's not V, C. Could it be X? Could it be Z? Could it be any of these? Oh, baby! Look at that! That's right! So the new version of the game has this really cool new map that looks awesome. Still can't go to Jupiter. Class unknown, moon 0, unknown tier. That's upsetting. You would hope they would add other planets eventually. That would be cool. I mean, we can always do that ourselves. I mean, how cool would it be to fly to Mercury? Very warm planet, though, is the issue. It would be cool, though. I mean, you know. How do I get the map back? Options. Hide minimap is on. Display coordinates? Ooh, why are they so big? Location, top right. This is for the this is minimap location. Can I make coordinates smaller? What if I turn the minimap back on? It'll be small. Really, the only thing I wanted to know was if we go into the basement and I start digging into the wall, where do I need to be standing? And it looks like I need to be standing at -149 or Napier. We're gonna go help Napier. I promise. That'll be the next thing we do. I mean, we're starting this whole other unrelated arc, but what did I say? 149? So right here. Literally the corner of the wall. Oh. I must have done this when I was building the wall. That's interesting. Right though, we want to stay at this level here. So temporarily, we will build with some marble. And that'll come out into here. It's beautiful. It's not very tall, is it? That's not a whole lot of... Hold on, if we trim some of this back, and we do some counting here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. Because this is going to be glass. So 7 blocks to work with. We might want to make it lower. We can make it lower. It's not going to be difficult at all. Hold on, let's dig this out as well. We're going to want to be careful here, because this is going to come out inside of our base. There's water down here? Why is there water down here? You know what? It's probably the ocean, the thing that we're built next to, and technically partially inside of. But the one thing we don't want to do is dig so fast and aggressively that we accidentally punch through all of our expensive, like, MFSU and cabling, yeah, and transformer. But here we go. So this will eventually be another way in as well. Ooh. You know what we could do, is if we wanted to replace, and we do, trust me, we do want to replace those blocks up there with blocks that actually produce light and don't dim over time or stop functioning, is we could have that be maybe orange lamps, because that looks kind of similar to that color of wood. It's going to be very expensive, though. Very expensive. But that would also keep this area down here lit up, which would be handy. Ooh, we can do windows! We can do windows on all the walls now. That'd be awesome. Thing is, I do want this to be at least 10 blocks of usable space floor to ceiling. So, maybe even 12. We might just have to have a staircase that kind of lowers you down. So right here we're at 7. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That puts us at 59. So if we do our floor right there, that'll put us at 60. Yeah. 15 blocks of space above us, that's probably usable. Alright, so now we can get this out. And we can start leveling. So it's all going to end up being about this deep. And this is probably going to take longer than actually building the wall to clear all of this out, unfortunately. But I am nothing if not a committed man with many podcasts to watch and plenty of free time at the moment. So let's do it. Alright, well we finally finished punching out the trench using a combination of our advanced diamond drill and destruction catalyst. And in case you were wondering, I filled in all of the water here with marble using the mercurial eye, because that just seemed like the easiest thing to do to get rid of all the water. So remember, we're going down to level 60, which will give us, I think, 15 blocks of usable space before we get to the ceiling here, which is at 76. So that's, yeah, 16 blocks, but then we won't be able to use this block because this is where the ceiling's going to be. So I think that'll be good. Now that the trench is dug out all the way around, it's the witches, why are they still here? I can start punching back and forth using the destruction catalyst to clear away all of this material, and then, boy, we gotta figure out a way to light all of this up. And I have not put a lot of thought into that. I mean, I guess lights is the way to do it. Maybe that's the first thing we automate. Maybe we automate the construction of lights. Let's see, so we use the inverted lamps. What would we actually need to automate? Well, we need to automate the construction of glass panes, which would be painless. No, but really, that would be pretty straightforward. Automation of redstone torches would be pretty straightforward as well. I mean, we could just have those being generated by a sort of mini power flower. Same with the glass, and then we can have those auto-crafted into panes, and then we can have glowstone dust can be created in a power flower. But the dyes, they can also be, a white dye can be, and then these will have to be in some sort of an auto-crafter. There has to be some sort of a crafter, like an auto-crafter or something. Industrial Foregoing has a fluid crafter. We need like an auto... What have we got here? Auto workbench? That's probably going to end up being what we need. I'm not sure. Auto crafting bench by Project Red. Ooh, Project Red would probably be the better way to go with that. Not that there's anything wrong with Buildcraft Factory. It's just Project Red has a lot of other really cool things going on. I'm going to have to look into both of these, though, because I can't really say that I've used either of these a lot. Do either of these require power? Does this require like the weird Project Red solar panels? Does this require a motor running? Because that would be a bit silly. But then again, we do have an electric motor. We could just hook that up, power it off the reactor like everything else. That's an option. But then we'll just have, I mean, they're both pretty simple recipes, so I'll have to look into both of them. But then let's say we do use just either one of these. From there, we would be automatically crafting. Let me get the lamp recipe back up here. How many components? These will have to be crafted, glass into glass panes. These will have to be crafted from their raw ingredients. And then all three would have to be put together. But then we could have just infinite inverted lamps being generated in the background. And, oh, what we could do, instead of having lamps being auto-generated, we could have all the materials be dumped into black hole units, which could be put inside of a black hole unit the module thing, whatever we called those before, that can hold all the different types of dye, and then we could just manually grab, craft as many of them. Ooh, fun ideas, fun things that we could be doing. Okay, I have to go to the restroom now, because one of the things that I do when I record is I drink a lot of water so that it keeps my throat hydrated, and I can talk for long periods of time, but that also means I have to pee like every 30 minutes to an hour. That's an exaggeration, not that often, but at least every hour. I'm back from the bathroom, and it looks like sound is broken, which isn't good, but that's okay, because in order to fix that, I'd have to exit the game and come back in. And I'm thinking about going to get lunch anyway. I mean, it's a bit late in the day for that. It's like 3:11, but I'm going to go ahead and finish clearing all of this out in nice silence without any monsters screeching at me. And then, yeah, maybe I'll go to get some lunch. And with that, whew, it's cleared out. And really, now that we're standing in here at what is going to be ground level, hi guys, you really do get the sense of how big this place is. Because when you're up top looking down, especially when it still had all of the rolling hills and everything inside of it, it didn't look quite that big. Didn't look quite that big, but now that it's empty, and now that we can stand in one corner, and with a view distance of 16 chunks, a render distance, the farthest wall starts to kind of phase out of existence. You can start to feel how big it is. Now we're going to cycle this through to transmutation mode, and we're going to start, oh gosh, it's shockingly disturbing how quiet it is. I'm going to start filling in all of this, and then maybe I'll go eat. It's been, what time is it? 3:40, okay. Alright, it's getting a little bit later. I'm kind of ready to go eat now, but it looks like we might not have lunch. We might have sort of a dinner situation. Combination lunch-dinner, which, I mean, that's even more economical, really. You can replace one meal, 2 meals with 1 meal. I mean, that's brilliant right there. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this first. I want you to imagine something, alright? I want you to imagine you're doing what I'm doing right now, and then you turn around, and you see this. How do you respond? Okay. That's it. We have this giant white void. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Looks like it's good now. There's a lot of animals in here. Something will have to be done about that. But it looks like the actual facility itself is almost finished in terms of, the construction of it all. Now, the next thing I have to do is we're going to have to add the staircase here, kind of coming in. It must feel like I'm putting off going to get dinner at this point, because I keep coming up with things that we need to do before I go. That is not the case. I'm very hungry. I've basically already set my mind on where I want to go to get dinner. It's just about going to... That's lunch and dinner, by the way. We've landed on that. That's what we're calling it since it's now 4:01. But I just kind of want to leave this recording knowing that something of interest got done here. Oh yeah, this digs so much faster when you're not flying. This is definitely the way to go. So we're going to clear this all the way out until we get to the outside, and we shouldn't be far now. We're probably going to just... No, I managed to stop before we got to the end. Now this is double thick, and if I want to execute that plan of having this up here be lamps, I just realized I'll have to have lamps come along this middle section here. to be lighting here. So maybe we don't do that, and maybe we come up with a different way to light all of this. I mean, right back here, there are lamps on the floor, so we could just do lamps right here as the floor, and that would keep all of this lit up. But then again, we do have to have a staircase, because it has to come out level with the ground here. So if we have the first step be there, let me see how this is gonna look. Let's get some reinforced stairs, and we will kind of mock this up a bit. I gotta be extremely light with my hand here, otherwise I will just tear all of this up. Stair, 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 and then all of this could be lights, possibly. And then I don't know what we'll do for this little segment here. I don't think monsters would spawn, though, on the stairs themselves, so it's probably not something we'd have to worry about. Let's see, do I have... I know I sometimes have lights on me. That is not the case right now, so we'll have to head upstairs and see what we have to work with. I still like that idea. Gosh, we really need to get the sound back. That's what we were going to do. That's right, I remember now. I was going to go and get something to eat, and then that was going to be a break. We'd actually break the video there, so instead of pausing, hard cut, and then restart the game, and we'd have sound again. But there we are. So now we can't have anything spawning in here. And this looks weird, the way that the lighting is hitting the stairs, but it's not a problem, really. So replace all of this using the mercurial eye with our desired stone. Here we go. We're using marble, of course, for all of this, because that's kind of our thing at this point. And this will all have to be moved. But this looks pretty decent. And then I guess if we wanted to, because I don't think this is like the outside right here, so we could carve that out. And we could even go so far as to carve that out. And then that way, what we would have is sort of a more natural bend going into this hallway. So it's not just like an abrupt, like hard edge in corner situation. Words difficult sometimes. Where's the actual edge of the wall? Okay, so we could go, I think maybe to right there. Yeah. So I think that the way that this is lined out, this right here is fine to remove. This is not. No. But we'll leave that open right now, because then we can kind of peek out there. So I think this should be the last one we will be able to remove. Yeah, okay. So we've kind of carved that out there, and now we have that natural slope inward. Look at that. That's great. That's fantastic. So it kind of creates this little nook back here that we can travel along. And of course, we're going to have a teleporter that goes right into here. So this is really just going to be another situation where it's kind of an emergency. Oh, we teleported it down or whatever. We just need a way to walk. Here we go. We could make it a hidden wall. We could, if we wanted to, have this be built up and have the door be hidden. But I don't really think we're going to do that. And the reason is, I have a feeling what I'm going to end up doing is carving out windows in all of these walls. So that's going to make this feel less claustrophobic as it is right now. We'll have windows on both sides, maybe even. So at that point, it's not really going to be a secret passage because you'll be able to see it. We also need to do windows in here. I know I made all of the walls solid, but I think we're going to end up doing some sort of window situation. Maybe not solid all the way across like I did on these walls, because I'm starting to not like what I've done here. Even though I think it looks cool and it definitely makes this basement seem less claustrophobic, it's hard to tell that there are windows. They just look like giant holes, which is sort of disorienting. And I think maybe if I broke them up a bit more, did something. I mean, we were experimenting with a different style of glass, and I actually meant to ask for you folks to comment down below and let me know what you think about using this particular type of glass here, the streaks. I don't like it as much, but at least even from a distance you can tell that that is glass, as this just looks like this is the frame of a house and there's nothing here, and we could literally just fly through it, which is not the case. It's a bit distracting, but there we are. That's how that's going to work, kind of more or less. And then I really don't know what we'll do over here. We'll probably do the same thing. The only issue is then, maybe we hollow all of this out, and all of this is sort of hollow, and there's just a glass wall. and you can kind of like overview the factory from up here. I kind of like that idea. And then we'll also have, so this won't go down. It'll go to maybe an exposed stairwell along the side here. Ooh, I like that too. I like that too. But I guess right now we need to worry about the ceiling. We've got some options. Do we go streaked? I mean, let's see what we got. Let's see. If we look up streaked glass, is that not what... Do I just type in glass, I guess? And then streaked glass, yeah, is a variant. So we'll get the mercurial eye. This will be really easy to swap out if using the mercurial eye, actually, if we decide we don't like it. So it won't be that big of a deal. But we'll place that inside of there. We will make sure that we have it... Oh, actually, you know what? We have to... Okay. We will put this, using G, into creation mode. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make the first run across by hand. So we're doing it here at what is ultimately going to be the widest point. And I understand that, you know, I mean, I'm using length and width. This is the widest point going that direction, is what I mean to say. I realize that from there to there would be wider. But, alright, so we're going to go into extension mode now. I don't think it's going to make the full breadth of this thing at all. Gosh, I keep getting buried in it. But that's okay. So that does work all the way across to here. And it did make it pretty far. Gosh, it's hard to see, isn't it? Oh, it did make it all the way, yeah. Alright, so theoretically, if we park ourselves in the middle here, and we just start right-clicking while we move backwards, and we want to make sure that we are lined up with this right on the money, because if I accidentally click too high or too low, and we extend this whole thing up or down, that's going to be a nightmare to deal with. I mean, it won't take very long, it won't really be that complicated, but I don't want to do it. I really don't. So are we really getting all the way across here? Reaching this wall, getting all the way across here. Flying backwards through here is making me realize how obscene this is. It's so large. And it's full of monsters. So yeah, we do need to get some lights down in there and figure out what we're going to do about that. I don't know if we have any sort of super, you know, mega torches is a thing in some packs, which are pretty handy to prevent monsters from spawning. I think within like a 64 block radius. Those would be super overkill here. I'd love to see that. That would be fantastic. But, oh gosh, get me out of here. There we go. There is our glass ceiling done. And I guess we'll have to wait until daytime to see how we feel about that versus the clear glass. I mean, the bubble glass does look good. And I say that, but does the bubble glass look good, or does it just not look like anything, and that's why I like it? I don't know. I'm really not sure. So here we go, bubble glass, and then streaked glass. And to be honest, it's kind of hard, unless you're looking at it at the right angle, it's kind of hard to tell it's even there. You know what I mean? Because, like, looking straight down, it kind of just, unless you're right on top of it, it does just kind of blend in with the factory below. Comment down below, let me know what you like more. You know, I can absolutely see myself going either direction. I don't have a strong opinion one way or the other, so it's either going to be the bubble glass or the streaks, and there's other options, but if we actually take out a piece of glass, and then quite handily, I do have a chisel on me. I've been using it to convert things like limestone into something that I can actually get rid of easily. But if we have a look at glass, there's not a whole lot of options. You know what I mean? I mean, whatever this is, light glass, a thin grid. A lot of these are just kind of messy. Stone framed, steel framed. Steel framed might, I mean, in terms of a factory, that could look interesting. And in fact, let's get ourselves a stack of that, and we'll just throw it down and see how it looks. Okay, so it's still going to have connected textures, is the issue. So at that point, you're basically just looking at bubble glass, but instead of the nice sort of off-white edging, you've got steel. And I don't know about that. This is good, though. This is good. It is 4:14. It is time for me to eat. So we'll call it here. This was session 1 of building a factory.
Rex, do you want to be in a YouTube video? Is that something that interests you? Would you like to say hello to everyone? There's a big yawn. Oh, sounds like Neo wants to be in the YouTube video.
With the economy being what it is these days, I don't really eat out all that often, but I thought that, you know, since I've been working so hard today on the old Minecraft, I'd make an exception and head on over to Chick-fil-A, maybe get a spicy chicken deluxe, mac and cheese, who knows, we'll see when we get there. Oh, baby, we are getting up there, aren't we? 115,000 miles. That's really not that much considering I've owned this car for 12 years now. Gosh, it is dusty though, isn't it? Oh, I gotta clean it. When I first got my car, I was very excited about it. And I had a lot of people tell me like, oh, you're excited about it now, but in a couple of years it's gonna be old and you'll want a new one. And I was like, no, I think I'm gonna like this car for a very long time. And those people just kept poo-pooing my excitement. And so I very defiantly decided in that moment, I was like, I'm gonna drive this car until either I'm dead without repair or the car's dead without the repair. And it's been 12 years later and I still love my car. And I feel like it was mostly just, I hate when people are, what is the word? They're just like negative for no reason. Especially when they try to like downplay your excitement or ruin it for you in some way. I hate that trait in other people. Let people be excited. Let them be happy. Don't bring them down to your miserable level. So I've defiantly loved my car since, and I will keep driving it. I will probably drive this car until I'm 90 and I die. But I did go to Chick-fil-A though. I got a sandwich, I got mac and cheese, and I'm gonna eat it in a parking lot because it's more exciting than eating it at my house. I'm not the only person who does this, right? With their mac and cheese at Chick-fil-A. This is like a normal thing. I have shoes, by the way. I have slides. No, I'm not wearing socks with them. That's weird. Socks and slides is like socks and sandals. I don't get it. I know it's what the Zoomers do, but slides are just like fancy flip-flops to me. I don't... Other people do this, yeah? All right, well, I am back from dinner, no longer feeling famished, and I am ready to... That's an exaggeration. I was never feeling famished. I was definitely feeling hungry, though. And that has now passed, and it is time to figure out what exactly we're gonna do here. Because I just realized that part of my plan for over here involved having a stairway, but then if there's gonna be a window on the inside here... And then that's gonna, what, cut across to there. Gonna have to think this through pretty thoroughly. And I think that what I might actually end up doing, if it's possible, is having this staircase, like, intersect with this one, but then that means it's only one way in and out. But then again, maybe that's what we want inside of our top secret, super secure factory. Maybe it isn't. Maybe let's go build these windows that I keep talking about, and we'll figure it out from there. Righto, so we're inside now, where the windows are gonna go, and I think the easiest thing to do is just gonna be like, okay, so the window's gonna be at that level, so we want to start here, I suppose? Yeah, kind of get them set up more or less the same. And then that there, absolutely, absolutely. And then pretty much just process of doing that all the way around, and then filling it with bubble glass. I came down here to check in the nuclear reactor. I haven't even finished with the windows. And I noticed that this is starting to fill up. It's actually starting to fill up. I don't remember what we're supposed to do with it once it is full. But that is the thing that's happening. We should probably, I mean, now that nuclear reactors produce so much more power, you know, like such an insane amount of actually genuinely usable power. Oh, wow, yeah, that thing's actually consuming it like crazy, though. We are, oh, right, because we're not generating power anymore. I forgot the whole reason I was down here. Okay, we've got 4 of these. We can go ahead and throw those in there and get it at least running. But maybe we should build some more of these and actually automate them, because you can totally automate a nuclear reactor. I'm not really sure how you go about doing it in such a way that... I guess it's just using probably logistics pipes. You set it up to remove things like near-depleted uranium cells, and then you set it up to automatically insert quad uranium cells, and then it would just be a matter of putting something in these blank spaces. Obviously not here, but all of these other ones to make sure that quad uranium cells aren't put in the wrong place. And we could put literally anything in here. We could come over here and take any of the things that we built for previous setups. Like, we could just throw an advanced heat fin in there. It literally wouldn't matter because it's not doing anything. It's not... this is a perfect setup that requires no interaction to prevent it from overheating. It'll never overheat because of the way it's laid out. So literally, we could drop anything in here. If we wanted to, we could put the containment plates in there. And then, on the off chance things go terribly and it blows up, which is, I mean, unlikely, but on the off chance that happens, at least then under those circumstances, the explosion might be smaller if we put those plates in there. But as of right now, is everything I need to make uranium still in here? Absolutely it is, but that's not the recipe. That's not how you do it. What you actually got to do is you got to combine the uranium with the empty cells. And then we don't have enough of those, but I think we probably have a bunch of empty cells if we just know where to look. And I know where to look, so gosh, the inventory's gonna become something of a mess, isn't it? Alright, make me some of these. Make me some more. Okay, that's a pretty good chunk of those. And let's not leave this in here, that's ridiculous. And let's leave... No, we'll take the nearly depleted... Depleted? What does depleted mean? That sounds like you go to eat dinner, and then someone picks up your plate and they pull it out, and all of your food ends up on the table, and they go, "Ha! You've been depleted." Or maybe you're wearing armor, and then they take off your chest piece, right? Alright, there we go. Are you on? I'm really not sure what on is. I feel like that is gotta be on, yeah, because it's filling up. Alright. Anyway, maybe the time has come where we build more nuclear reactors. Could be a good time. Could be. Possibly. Anyway, I just wanted to resume so I could point out that this is the plasmatifier. There's no T in there. Is starting to actually fill up. We'll be able to do a thing with it soon. Whatever it was we needed to do with it. Remind me in the comments. And then this is coming along swimmingly. I thought about maybe framing the windows, adding a different type of block around them to frame them in some way. I'm also going to go ahead and use this glass here so we can kind of see how it looks. And then, I don't know what you're set to. You should be set to extension mode, which you were. And once again, we got to be delicate with it so that I don't accidentally click the back of it or something like that. Have a double layer thick wall. But that's kind of what that's going to look like. And then again, maybe we do the same... Oh, right, there's a ceiling. That's the problem with the bubble glass! You forget it's there! Maybe we'll do the same on the other side. I don't know yet. Ah, I keep doing that! I didn't even realize it was possible to do that. But there we go. Look at that. You can see all the way through. I love this so much! Alright, so what I've done for right now is this very sort of undetermined... Okay, this has got to stop. This is getting out of control. There's so many monsters here at all times. Just for right now, we're going to place this here and make sure that even when I fly away, they can't get into the house, because that would be a disaster. But what I've done for right now is we've got this here, which is like a skinny little walkway where you're wedged between two pieces of glass, but you can walk all the way around here, and then you have this passageway here. I just realized that my skin's still not working. I need to figure out why that is. I have no idea why that is. I've not changed the account any. In any case, come around out here, and you go back into this room, and you're just in the basement, where we've still got this normal style of glass, but maybe we will switch over into this. Again, this is not definitive, certain, set in stone. It can all be switched over again relatively quickly, but that's sort of the new vibe there. And then we can go back around here and don't need that torch there anymore. I'm gonna fix my skin. It's bugging me so badly, I'm gonna fix it right now if I can. Hey, that's me! If I remove this, that's my bare hand again! Love to see that. Alrighty, well, got this part done. Now, I gotta figure out what to do inside of here. Jeez, there's a lot of angry monsters at me. I haven't actually figured out what I'm gonna do about this either. One of the thoughts that I had was that we would just have the staircase, have this be a solid block, and have it go in sort of either direction, so you can either go up there or this way. Because I really don't know what else to do with this hallway. I mean, if it just ends, that's kind of weird. So maybe that is actually what I'll do. Basically, what we're going to have to do is move all of these stairs back one. Did not mean to break that bottommost one, but that's okay. accidents happen. I want to throw out there that I am aware we could be putting glowstone inside of these stairs. And yeah, that would be cool, but you know what? It won't last. Unless maybe whatever was wrong with the framed stairs that was preventing them from maintaining their glowiness has been fixed in a patch. But considering I think this was a bug in Tekkit Classic, or Tekkit Legends as well, I doubt it. What I would like to do is just an experiment and say this bottom one, if I put 6 of them in there, will it stay lit up longer than the others? I gotta say, gosh, it's so loud! I liked it better when the sound wasn't working. One of the things that I was gonna say is that adding glowstone upstairs ate into a lot of our EMC early game and made projects afterward very difficult, which is funny to think about because almost immediately after that is when we got the blaze rod farm up and running, and it's just not been a problem since. But there we go. So we'll have that there, and then we come to this step, which is oddly darker than the others. And we have another staircase. Okay, so now we've got where you come up here and you get to this little landing. You can either go straight ahead, or you can take this turn here, and you'll be inside of here. And we actually should replace the floor all with lights, but we don't have enough lights right now because we need to automate that process. Otherwise, it's going to be an absolute just pain in the patut to manually manufacture all of the lights we're going to need on the floor around here to keep this place lit up. Also, my inventory, I mean, as does happen in these craft-heavy episodes, it's just full of nonsense and so much stuff. It's getting a little bit out of hand. We've got so many dead critters around here. You all need to go. Look at this one in particular. What's he got in his hand? What is that? You got an egg? What are you going to do with that, sir? What are any of you going to do with any of that? How do I attack with this thing? I forget every time. Y to fire projectiles and C for extra function. Y. What if I set that to button 5? Nothing is happening. Oh, maybe I have to be flying then? Oh, shoot. Well, at least it didn't damage the ceiling, it doesn't look like. I suppose whatever plan we had for this corner here is now null and void as far as plans go. So we can seal all of this back up. Not this, though. This needs to stay open, as it were. Come on now. Don't... Oh, you're dead. Oh, that's why you're not breaking things quickly. Okay, well, we'll need to go charge up my tools. And then I was gonna say I'll leave this squared, but I've got all of the other corners of this thing rounded, so I guess I should probably round this one. Go ahead and get ready for this by taking out this block here. And then should just be a matter of right-clicking. Are you not set up? Oh, you're set to transmute. My mistake. Not pillar mode for sure. Definitely extension mode. I blow past it every time. There we are. And then be delicate and cautious with it, so as not to accidentally extend an entire wall and have to spend 40 minutes taking it back down. Lovely. Cool. Go ahead and just power that down. Keep it off the hotbar. And that's our factory. We gotta get the lighting down, though. That's the only issue. Not really going to be satisfied until we have the lighting situation sorted out. And also, we still can't actually... Oh, you know what? Should we go ahead and make the wall go all the way around? Would that be interesting? There's a whole circle all the way around, and there's glass there too. Why you would ever need to walk around inside the wall is beyond me. I can't think of a function for that right now. But maybe at a later date we'll add that functionality, you know? And then I think this is still partially keeping this little area lit up, so I don't really want to cover it up yet. Okay, so let's see what we're going to need. We're going to need 3 auto crafters. I'm going to go with the auto workbenches for now because they look a little bit simpler. And don't panic, we might end up doing the Project Red things later, but for now, we know that this is probably going to be what we want, so we're going to start with that. There's also a crafting table 4. And I don't know if that's like the crafting table 3. But if it is, that's really cool, and we should have built one before, and I'm adding it to our list of things we want to build. What? Prescott, how did you get up here? How? Did I somehow rocket you up here with my ring? Where's Carl II? That does raise a question of if that's what happened to Carl I. Did I approach Carl I too quickly with my ring activated? And as a result, he got shoved out of the house? Is that him? It's not him. That's definitely not him. But Prescott, why are you up here? Go back downstairs, you wandering around silly boy. Get back down the staircase. Come here, you. Come here. Come on. What? Why do you suddenly lose your, collision sometimes? Go downstairs. This is where you live. Alright, you gotta stay down here, because otherwise I'll repel you with the ring. See? It's dangerous. We'll also need an industrial work table for what I have planned. And that is going to... I mean, do we have a recipe saved for that? We probably should. We should have a recipe saved for the industrial work table. Fortunately, it's not complicated, so we just need one of these, and then 4 of these, some hoppers, some nano toolboxes. Alright, a lot of crafting tables, honestly too many. I've got these bees. What do I do with these? I've got too many bees, and I don't want any bees is the issue. Give me another chest. I need another chest. Give me like an obsidian one. That's fine. And then this will be the bees chest. Put the bees away in it. Do I have any other bees? Thought I had other bees in here. I do. Get out of here. I'll do something with them someday, maybe. I make no promises, though. 4 hoppers. And then we should have nano things inside of here. Forgot what they're called. They're probably actually over here. Yeah, carbon plate. How much of that do I need? 10. 10 carbon plate. Stack of refined iron. Alright, should be everything that we need. I don't know why I'm walking you through this when we've literally done it in previous episodes. Did I not get chests? Did I not get chests and crafting tables? I thought that I did. That's on me. That was one of the things that I intended to get out of here. Oh, we did get a stack of crafting tables. Well, now we got 2 stacks. So, deal with it, I guess. Dang it! There we go! Now we surround them with the net. Dang it! There we go! Now we do one of these, but we can't inside of here because it's silly. We gotta do the whole crafting shuffle for me to eventually locate the Philosopher's Stone. There we go. And now we can manufacture us one of these bad boys. Tick that off. Auto workbench is literally just 2 stone gears. And remember, we need a number of them. I think 6 will do, because we need, I think 3 of them is what we determined. And we're going to surround that, or surround those on either side. There we go. There's one of them. We actually still need 2 more. I don't know why I didn't think about that in advance. Glass has to be crafted, and the Illumar powder has to be crafted. And then it all needs to be crafted. We're not crafting it all together, so we only need 2 of them, really. And I think that's actually it for now. Okay, let's go to the basement. Or actually, you know what? Let's go to the factory, where we're going to be doing all of our automation in the near future. And let's go ahead and get ourselves some torches. And we'll get a stack of these bad boys here. And set these up to create sort of a safe perimeter around where we're going to be setting this up in this corner. Actually, I thought about using this corner for the teleporter. This made sense to me because then you could have the teleporter be right here and have the lights go around it, and then you just zoom in and out. So I suppose we'll put maybe this over here. I've not built anything like this in some time, so I'm gonna have to ask for your patience as I try to figure out how the best way is gonna be to do this. But we're running out of EMC fast, probably because I just grabbed a stack of energy collectors, which we definitely don't need. Okay, I'm just putting a bunch of stuff on my hotbar for the moment. And we're going to try to figure out... So, how we ultimately want this to end is... I mean, let's say we want this right here. And we want this to have a couple of crafting interfaces to either side that can automatically pull items out of. And, in fact, what we should be using for that, and I didn't think to grab any of these or build any of these, but, I mean, obviously one of the options, and one of the better options, would be that we go ahead and just use a whole bunch of black hole units, but those are kind of pricey to build. We don't have that automated yet either, which is something we're going to be doing down here. But for now, we can use a barrel. And a barrel is not only a barrel of laughs, but a relatively affordable approach. It's a shame they don't have an EMC value, because I feel like they should, considering they're just basically chests, and then the recipes aren't hard at all. But whatever. I guess we'll go maple wood, and then I guess we'll go maple slabs. And I don't know why I said I guessed. Like there was a possibility we would do anything other than that. So we'll get a few of these. I don't know how many we'll need. We'll just take 5 with us for now. Can't get that teleporter set up fast enough. The sooner we have that, the quicker we can zoom down here for things like this. 1, 2, 3. Except that won't... Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Alright, yeah. Because the actual recipe for an inverted lamp only requires the 3 ingredients. So this is going to be... This is going to be simple, I think. So first off, I mean, I think all we really need to do for the first ingredient is we can set these up to either side here. We're going to be using hoppers for now, and we can get more complicated with it in the future. Then we can do that, and we can have these like this, if we wanted to. And so this one, I guess we'll do glowstone. So that's doing glowstone, so that's going to drop into there, and then it should go into here, although it is not. Is that because I have to manually configure this to be glowstone? Hello? Oh, don't tell me you can't hop items into there. That would be ridiculous if that were the case. Is that what I'm being told? There has to be a way... Wait a minute. Maybe you can only do it from the top? I mean, I'll try that. Hopper on top. Okay, well, whatever then, I guess. A fun and quirky mod this turned out to be. So that's gonna make glowstone, and it's a bit slow, so I think we can do that a little bit better. Relay there, we'll put a relay there, and then we will do that. And now we're producing glowstone at a pretty reasonable pace, I think. That's much better. This one over here is only going to be producing a redstone torch. Now, I wasn't actually paying enough attention to see the difference. Glowstone is 384. A redstone torch is going to be like, what, 65? 68. I couldn't remember what a stick was worth. The setup we have currently for this ought to work. So that'll start producing those. Except it won't work because... as previously determined, it can't be at an angle like that. It's got to be actually genuinely right on top of the darn thing. So, I mean, really, that ought to be plenty right there. What we're doing right there ought to be just fine. Glowstone, though, I just realized this is wrong. We don't need the glowstone to be... Well, no, that could work. That could work because of the way we're doing this, that's fine. That could be raw glowstone. The only catch is going to be now... See, what I was going to do, we were going to use the automatic crafter. And my thinking was that... Oh, this might be better. Because I don't want it to automatically manufacture lamps. I want to be able to choose... Ooh. I'm thinking. Give me a minute here. So we still need bone meal, and we still need glass. Okay, we might not actually end up using the automatic crafters at all for this particular build. I'll explain why here in a minute, but for now, we will try to place this down. Yeah, there we go. And then that is going to be the one for the bone mill. So that'll be bone mill. That'll hop down into there. One of those is probably going to be a bit on the slow side, but we can pop one in back here. Of course, we don't want to leave a disgusting piece of exposed sandstone back there. So we're going to have to, like, nail the angle on that. And we'll put another one back here, too. These will, practically speaking, be shared now because they're making contact with multiples. But that's okay. That should accelerate the production of bone meal a bit. And if we need to, we can do a relay up top with a couple more. It'll be fine. It gets the job done. So that'll be the bone meal being produced in the background. And then on top, what we need to do is we need to have the glass. So we're going to have one more hopper. This is such a mess. This is such a sickening mess. And then we're going to... Oh, man, you know what we're going to do? Take an antimatter relay, plop that there, and then we're going to plop another one right here. And then now, that's going to super accelerate. See, this is now pulling them from all of these. Oh, but this one's only making glass. That's all that one's doing. So it doesn't really need to be over the top. It doesn't need to have that much juice, but we'll grab some vanilla Minecraft glass. We'll put it inside of here, and it'll start going crazy, producing more glass than... Oh, there we go. So that does it. We have glass, we have bone meal, and we have glowstone. So now inside of here, we're going to look up our recipe. And first thing we got to figure out is the white Olimar powder. So there we go, or Illumar powder. Save that. And then we need to save the recipe for... We don't need that. We have redstone torches being manufactured already. I forgot about that. They have an EMC value, so that's nothing to worry about. Next up, we need glass panes, which is just glass. Okay, so currently it's a stone framed. I'd like to get the recipe for just like... just regular glass in there, if possible. Because I'm not sure if it's going to give me some sort of issue. You know, we can just look it up. That'll be the quickest thing we can do. So, glass panes, click plus, save, place that over there. And then, finally, putting it all together, save, put that over there. Now we need to tell it to do recursive crafting. So it'll automatically craft this when I click on this. And then manual inventory snap. Take a global snapshot of the inventory to refill instead of one per craft cycle. I'm still not sure what that button does. Restock inventory needs to be on, though, with manual snapshot. Okay, I think I see what maybe that does. So let's clear this. And then we're going to go ahead and get a stack of all of these different ingredients, right? So what we need to do is we need to get a stack of glass. No, we don't. Well, we do need to get some glass panes. So we'll go ahead and we will... no, it'll manufacture those. Yeah, so we'll do a stack of glass. We will do a stack of glowstone, a stack of redstone torches, and a stack of glowstone, as well as... I think I already did that one, didn't I? Bone meal is the one that I need. So we will put all of that inside of here. So glass, bone meal, glowstone, redstone torches, and I think that's it. So now we pick this, and I think all we do is we hit this. Yes. Okay. The glass is staying filled. Some of the other ones are dropping. So, refill buffer with manual snapshot. No snapshot present. Manual. Let's see if I click that, what happens. Yeah, see, we're just... And now it's empty. It's not automatically pulling in the ones on the side. Looks like the only one it's automatically pulling in is the glass, which is on the top, but I don't think that should matter. I wonder if this is a case of this mod with the barrels being wonky and not letting you pull out of it from the sides, because the only one that it's pulled from is the one at the top, which is where the glass is stored. If you can't pipe items into the side, does that mean that you maybe can't... That would be upsetting, to say the least, if that were the case. What do the arrows mean? Oh, that puts it sideways. Well, maybe that refers to the direction that items can move in. So hold on, let me do some experimenting here. Let's break this. And maybe we'll even use the correct item to break it, instead of sitting there staring at it. Which one of you has the least amount? You. Come here, you. If I place you down at an angle like that... And then we fill that back up with the glowstone. Okay. And then the glowstone back in here. Say we just wanted to make some Lumar. So, can't find a recipe for bone mill. Right, we're gonna have to supply it with some kind of from the offing. Hi there, little guy. You having a good time? You having a little crab rave? Why can't you get close? You're not dangerous. You're a little crab. A little crabby fella. Bone mill. Right, grab a stack of that. And now what we're looking for is... Right, it still doesn't automatically fill the glowstone. Restock inventory. So cycling it on and off didn't seem to do anything. Refill buffer with manual snapshots. No items found or inventory already refilled. Ignore durability. Use NBT only for item collection. Some recipes do not support this. Well, maybe let's turn that on and see what happens. Only for item. Let's see. No, that's not made a difference. Okay. Probably leave it off then. The one on the top is refilling. It's refilling the glass. And we know that because we can go in here and we can just create glass panes, and you can see it actually up there pulling them out when I do it. So that works. Manual inventory snapshot. Takes a global snapshot of the inventory to refill instead of once per crafting action. That doesn't... I don't think that's made a difference. Yeah. Okay, well the next thing to check then would be whether or not using a hopper into this would work. And I don't think that the thing that would make this work would be the hopper, because that doesn't make sense. If I put a hopper in there, it's going to automatically start filling it up. But is it going to fill it up until it's overflowing? Because if so, that's a problem. Yeah, we don't want that. So let's undo that. And what about just using a regular old chest instead, right? So like, what if we got an obsidian chest? Which I think we even determined before could technically hold more than a barrel. Because a barrel can hold a stack of 64 of one type of item, right? And so this will hold more than a stack of... no, it'll hold 64 stacks of 64 of one type, and this will hold more than that. But will you now use... Okay. Yeah. I guess it just doesn't like the barrels, which is fine. We can just replace those with chests. Get a couple of obsidian chests. We'll replace this one with an obsidian chest, and then I'm going to have to get around back behind. It doesn't seem to mind, and I don't know what the cause of this is, other than just my theory of... Let's see. Hold on, let me get all that out of there. And where did my... Y'all saw that, right? There they are. That was odd. Or were they right there all along? I'm confused. I'm so confused. It doesn't mind this one, but it is on top, and I don't know if that makes a difference. Looking at it here, I really don't see anything that would suggest it won't pull items from the side. I don't understand, honestly. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't get it. You gotta go. You gotta get out of here. We're gonna have to leave. I'm gonna replace you with a chest and fill you with actually, it's not a whole lot of bone mill. We need to generate more bone mill. We need to go ahead and actually patch that. While we're in the wall back here, we'll go ahead and take care of that. Okay, so we're gonna need some more MK3 relays, and we're starting to run out of EMC. Gonna have to go get another stack of red matter, I think. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna put one of these, and then one of these, and then another one of these, and then that, and then we're gonna fill in our tracks as we go. Once more. Doop, doop, doop. Come on now, don't do me like this. Come on now. Come on, don't have me trapped in here. I don't like it. Get me out of this place. There we go. So that should be producing now an absolute ton of bone mill, which will be great. So let's clear that out, and we will throw down our hopper and our energy condenser. And we will get that running again to generate more. What are you storing? Glowstone? Give me more glowstone, please. Alright. And again, I don't know why this is the one that works, but this one is working, and it's working fine. It's producing glass, more quickly than it can be extracted. Yeah, that's why hoppers aren't really the best for this. But this looks glorious. Look at this. This is incredible. Is that going to be the thumbnail? I kind of feel like that can't be the thumbnail. I feel like it's going to have to be something involving this, right? All of this. So let's tidy up my inventory a bit, because it's something of a mess. That kind of keeps happening. We're going to use these in the future, don't worry. That hasn't gone away. It's just not exactly what we're going to be doing in this episode. And then I want to have this be clear of everything except for, I guess we'll keep that. So glass and then glass panes. And then the two of these create Lumar and then that. Okay. So now I should be able to walk over here. And this should automatically, yeah, look at that. It'll automatically fill up. Okay, and now that I see that that's going to go over there no matter what. Okay, well, I mean, this is going to work so long as we have glowstone here, redstone here, glass up here, and I can't see it back there but bone mill. But theoretically, I mean, those are just going to be, I say theoretically, but definitively, those are just going to keep being generated even when I'm not here to see to it that that is happening. So we could, like, wander off and know that as we work, like, this is going to keep filling up. All of this is going to keep happening. If I want to come in here and just grab a stack... Okay, well, no, we ran out of glowstone, I'm assuming. But did we? Couldn't find a recipe for glowstone dust. It's just not pulling it in fast enough. Actually, it still says that, which is weird. I guess I just can't do a stack. I guess a stack is too many in one go. But I can sit here and I can spam click this. Or what I could do is I could come over here and grab a stack of glowstone dust. And I can add it in here so that there's always a stack. And now bone meal will be the problem. The thing is, in order to make a stack of them, it has to have two full stacks of bone meal and 2 full stacks of glowstone. And that's the reason it won't let me do it. But if I do that... Okay, well, what if I run out of that time? Glowstone, I think we're actually out of glowstone now is the problem. But, I mean, we've got a lot of lamps now, which is good. And I didn't have to stand around and craft them, which is great. Also, please hold on to this for me. I don't want any of this. I don't want any of this crowding up my inventory. Take this glowstone. It's fine. Everything's fine. I mean, really, the only thing we could do here now to make it better is accelerate the production of the glowstone and possibly the redstone torches. I think that bone meal and glass is probably going to be okay. I think those are going to be generating kind of faster than we can extract them reasonably. I mean, look how quick that is. That's pretty quick. But then if we want to just grab some more of these and, like, slap them on here, we can absolutely do that. And then the speed at which we are producing glowstone is going to go up quite a bit. That's beautiful. Okay, well, we now have our glowy lights, so we can do things like this. And look how nice that looks. And, I mean, yes, there's a hole in the floor, but I've dealt with it. And now I just gotta go all the way... Oh, good, the sun is rising. And I did say we were gonna put the teleporter over here, and I still like that idea, so we're gonna go around. And the block for the teleporter is gonna be this one right here. So I need to dig that out, and then also get power to it. And I think we can get power from right over here. I shouldn't have said anything that quickly. We do have power back here, though. Remember, it's the power that runs up... Oh, shoot, it's a lot further away than I thought. Now, I'm realizing I'm thinking of something that is in that corner right there, not in this corner right here. But we can still dig to it. Okay, well, I'm actually going to have to wrap this video up because I'm running out of space on the Capture PC's hard drive to record video because it is full of... I keep forgetting to empty it, but it's got all of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 videos. It's got... all of the Tekkits, it is full to bursting, and I've got to get up and clear it out, so that's going to be a bit of a process, because a lot of it's got to be copied over. It's all MKV, it needs to be MP4 MOV to edit. I'm sorry, I don't know where it cut off. Basically, it filled up. I found some things that I knew were safe to delete, and I deleted them, and now I've got to kind of catch you up on whatever you might have missed, because I wasn't looking at the screen, and I didn't see where it cut off, but I got to get you caught up on that. And then we're going to end the episode. But basically what I've done is I've set up a teleporter. Not this one. This one's been here. But if we come around here, We've got the old factory teleport now, which takes us down to right here. Door here, MFSU down there, power lead all the way back to there. Good to go, good to go. And then, basically, I'm gonna just have to come through here and get, like, stacks and stacks of... Oh, look, it worked. It worked. It said not enough glowstone dust, but I think that it worked. I think it managed to pull it in. Yeah, because we got plenty. Oh my gosh, we're doing so good right now. I'm gonna keep working to get all of this lit up. And then... Actually, hold on. I'm gonna just pause the recording. We'll come back when I've done that. And there we go. The outsides are lit. Now, how we're gonna light the inside, I've not decided yet. We'll have to kind of figure that out as we go and as we build more things. Quick note on this, though. I just wanted to throw out there how much more compact this is going to be in the future when we get that black hole storage unit multi-tap thing that holds multiple black hole storage units. And then we can have things like this lined up along the walls. And then we'll use the fancy pipes, the ones that are smart and know not to overflow in inventory, to pipe items around where they need to be into those storage units and have either auto crafters attached to them to automatically craft certain items, or we'll have like this here. My plan for this is to have it hooked up with every color in the rainbow and have them like the Illumar powder already built so it doesn't have to be done inside of here. So you don't have to have things like bone mill and the various different dyes. Will just have that various different Illumar powders, and we can just come through here and select bam, 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 any color we want, and then grab a stack of them and go. That's where we're headed to in the future. That's what's coming next, and that's what we need all this space for, is to do stuff like that. It's going to be awesome. But for now, this is what we have constructed. This is what we have gotten done here today, and I've got to say, oh my gosh, is this thing full? This is just about full. This is exciting, although this does raise the question of, well, what do we do next time? Maybe we should go ahead and try to figure out whatever we were going to do with... Are we trying to build a Vera? Are we finally going to build that sucker? Is that what we're doing? That's what we were doing this for, isn't it? I think we needed to have some sort of weird thing that required... This was it, right here. We got to have a plasma cell. And the plasma cell, I think we determined, made in a plasma fire with UU matter. Do we have to just put a cell in there? I mean, I don't know how much we need. We probably have to have it full before to fill up a cell. I don't know that for a fact. Do we have any free cells left over? We do. I'm running out of storage space. This thing is telling me I've got 26 minutes before it's full again. We got a quick second here for me to come over here and test this. If I put this in here. Okay. Oh! Snapdragon processor! I don't think I've ever owned a device with the Snapdragon processor. Historically, I've owned Apple mobile devices. No offense, Android's great. Well, no. Android in concept is great. I'm not a big Google fan. Then I'm not really a big Apple fan either, if we're being honest. You know, it's like, which is the lesser of two evils? This is the question I find myself often asking. Is it nighttime? Can I go to bed? Can I get rid of the storm? Napier, I need to bring you inside. This is getting sad and embarrassing. But that's it for today, folks. And we're gonna go ahead and turn this off and just look at this beautiful thing that we have done together. Isn't it spectacular? It's all set up and running. We've got the beautiful windows, we've got the beautiful lighting, and next time we will do other things. I don't know what yet. We'll figure it out when we get to it. Till then, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!